Welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror movie and they discuss it. Today we're talking about the 1978 film Piranha, which was directed by Joe Dante. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Eric.
Eric, this movie sucked.
I don't hate it. I didn't hate it, man. It's just 30 minutes too long.
It's only an hour and a half long.
It's like an hour 50 long, dude. There's a scene, you know that raft scene when they're on that raft?
Yeah.
There was still 50 minutes left after that point. I thought that was like ending. And it's like, no, we're just getting started.
It's only 95 minutes long, so
Yeah.
if it's
Really? Am I losing my mind? I thought that was like an hour 40.
95, I mean hour 35, but
Yeah, okay.
if it's a half an hour too long, it's like a short film. But
yeah, it could have cut off 20 minutes. I'll say that.
okay, so you liked it then. You actually
I
liked
did. I didn't hate it. It's cheesy. It's a spoof movie. Let's be real. It's what you'd watch at like 2 a.m. when you're just like half asleep and you wake up. It's like, oh, what's this movie that's on? It's like, oh, what's this? And then you just pass back out. Yeah, it'd be great. I like it.
Do you actually think it's a spoof?
Yes. Oh, it's 100% a spoof of the Jaws. So Jaws hit the box office, and I mean, you could just see in this movie the amount of Jaws that's in this movie. But there was a cycle in the like late 70s of just movies that got made. Like obviously Jaws 2, Jaws 3, in Revenge. There's this movie called Orca. There's like Barracuda. There's Tentacles. There's Mako. There's like all these different movies that came out to like spoof Jaws. This is by far the best spoof.
Okay. I don't think these are spoofs, man. I think these are ripoffs. They're not scary movieing this movie. They're trying to do their own thing, tailcoating off of the success of Jaws.
It's tailcoating, but it does not hide from the fact that it's given a tribute, like an homage to Jaws. Full on. Like, come on. The girl at the beginning is playing a Jaws video game. They got characters, like someone, they said Schneider, like Roy Schneider. They said Buck Gardner, like, that's Ben Gardner's boat. They had like characters that are the same last names as Jaws. It's a true homage to Jaws. And how many years later than Jaws is this? So Jaws came out in
3 years. It's 3 years after Jaws
came out. Yeah, it's trying to reap the benefits of Jaws.
Cash in. Yeah.
So there's a little trivia fact here. So Universal Studios attempted to sue New World, which is the company that made this movie, for spoofing Jaws, is the quote. Okay. However, Steven Spielberg saw this movie and loved it. And so they dropped the lawsuit. And then from there on, dude, there's been tons of movies like this. And there's also a Piranha that came out in 2010. Is that Piranha 3D or is that a new remake?
So the one that came out in 2010, which is a remake of this one, but I think it's actually better than this one. But then there's a sequel to Piranha 3D called Piranha Double D, and that's the one that I rented because I thought that was the one we were supposed to watch.
So you watched Piranha 3DD?
No, I started watching it and then I was like, wait, what the hell is this? Because they were talking about Piranha. I've seen Piranha 3D and they were talking about everything that happened in Piranha 3D. So I was like, wait, what the hell is this? And then I looked it up online. I was like, motherfucker, this is the sequel.
You can't find it. You couldn't. I remember you're like, dude, we can't do Piranha 3D. I can't find it anywhere unless you pay a lot of money for it.
So this is the first time this has ever happened actually in the Wheel of Horror history where usually if I go to my TV and I just type in a movie, it'll show me what streaming site it's on. And if it's not on one, I can rent it for $4 on Amazon or whatever. This is the first movie ever where you have to sign up for a Starz subscription just to be able to watch this movie. You can't pay to rent it. So I was like,
that's out of control.
Do you own 3D?
No, I've never seen it. I've seen the trailer and I was like, oh, this is a perfect like summer movie more than anything. But also another thing about Jaws, real quick, Richard Dreyfuss is in that movie.
I know.
Of it. So I never saw it, but I just know that.
Okay, all right. I haven't seen Piranha 3D since it came out in theaters. I remember liking that way more than this one. And that is not common for me to say that I prefer a modern remake of a 70s horror movie more than the 70s version.
Yeah.
That's probably the only time I can ever think of in my life. Where this one, you're right, I didn't hate this movie, but I was like, what? Like, it's just tired.
I mean, dude, it's 78. You're talking about a CGI special effects budget of like $40,000.
If that.
Yeah, kibbles and bits to cover everything. So it's like, it doesn't have a lot. And it delivers, like obviously the piranhas, whenever they're showing like them biting. It's like a puppet stick thing. Like
Yeah.
that's not like it's so silly and it's so many jump cuts, but it was fun. I liked it. There's things in this movie that just made me like laugh while watching it. And like I said, it's one of those movies you'd probably like fall asleep to, like and wake up and what movie? And then the Celine Dion commercial comes on, goes, "You're my lady," and you just fall back asleep. It's like by the classic love songs. That's what I'm.
Gee.
Is that hitting a nerve right there? Like a
No, I'm just like that. You're making it sound terrible. Like you're
no. I
like,
mean, I mean, yeah, dude, I wouldn't watch this like, oh, it's 6 p.m. Get the family around. Let's watch
huh?
Piranha, just like we watch Hocus Pocus. Like, no, that's not the movie for
Yeah.
sure.
It wants to be Jaws so bad, and it's like, hey kids, like if you're not gonna go see Jaws 2 this summer in theaters, come see this piece of shit, like sort of
Yeah.
thing. I will say though, the one thing it does better than Jaws is it really hits that like B movie vibe a lot more, I think, than Jaws.
Mm.
It's a Roger Corman movie. Do you know who he is?
No.
So Roger Corman is still alive, dude. He was born in 1926, and he's called the Pope of Pop Cinema. And he's the kind of guy that gave like everybody their start. Like he gave Francis Ford Coppola a start, Martin Scorsese a start, Jonathan Demme, the guy that did Silence of the Lambs, Ron Howard, Joe Dante, this guy, James Cameron.
Wow.
So what he was is he was a producer in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And really quick before I go on, he, in 1955, produced the film The Fast and the Furious. Anyways,
What? What?
yes.
So he's raking in the
S-
dough.
I mean, he's 95 years old. I don't know if he's still doing stuff, but basically, and they even mentioned him in Elvira. She's like, "Oh, those old shitty Roger Corman movies." So
Right,
he
dude.
and he is the guy basically who he owns New World Cinema. And I'm sorry, New World Pictures. So that like thing the people that do Hellraiser, the people that did Elvira, and the people that did Piranha are all produced by this
Like
guy.
B movies, like pretty much.
Yeah, he's like the B movie master, but he had so much faith in directors like Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, Ron Howard that he gave them starts back in like the 50s and 60s. And then he's an actor in Silence of the Lambs, Godfather Part 2, Apollo 13, Philadelphia, because those directors that he believed in are like, wait, we got to put him in our movie now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And
That's really cool.
also, you're gonna like this, he also helped launch the careers of Peter Fonda, Jack Nicholson, Dennis Hopper, Bruce Dern, Sylvester Stallone, Diane Ladd, and William Shatner.
Okay. I'm
So
kind of upset, like, I don't know who this person is, so I'm
look him
pretty,
up.
yeah, I will.
But he gave Joe Dante, the director, this is his first movie. He gave him the ability to do this movie, and James Cameron too. So it's like, wow, like, and James Cameron did the sequel to this movie.
That's insane. That's
Yeah,
I'm just looking up the movies he's been involved in recently.
uh,
Not a lot, but
no,
look at this one. So 2014, Sharktopus versus Terracuda.
yep,
So I'm guessing that's like a shark octopus versus a pterodactyl dinosaur barracuda.
that sounds about right. That sounds
I
about right up
love
his
it.
alley.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I like Roger Corman. I think I can't believe he's still alive, but I mean he's such an impactful person on the cinema world that we don't even really know much about. But anyways, so this movie, so basically like the way it starts is direct ripoff of Jaws, where it's just like a couple go swimming, they both get killed or whatever, and then it again sparks an investigation just like in Jaws. But the difference is as opposed to just there being a random shark that's just a rogue shark like in Jaws, this is the military doing experiments on fish to unleash them in Vietnam. But then Vietnam war ends, so now they're like, well, what do we do? We've just got these fucking killer piranhas in Texas. So that's the movie in a nutshell,
Yeah, and
basically.
there's also the guy running for what is it, mayor or some politician. What position is he going for? That guy? Who's the guy from Gremlins that I mentioned the other night? We're
Yeah, I don't know
talking.
what he's doing. I know he's very important in the town. I
So
can't
it's the
remember.
same. It's the same thing. It's like we're not gonna cancel my inauguration. We're gonna
Yeah,
keep the beaches open. Like the same thing as Jaws, pretty much.
yeah. So there's that. The idea is kind of cool, I guess, where it's like they want to make fish that can survive in salt water and cold water and fresh water, and we'll unleash them in Vietnam, and then they'll destroy, I don't know, they'll kill everybody in Vietnam or whatever. It's like terrible. But why would they ever, ever, ever not have that in an isolated place? Why would they ever have the ability to get into a water supply that they could get out. Like, that's so dumb.
Without that, we don't have this movie, Alec. You
I
know, that's
know.
the kicker.
No, you know what the
So
kicker could have been? It could have been one the scientist goes evil and starts releasing them into the water. That would make more sense than having them just in a facility where they could just escape if somebody just shuts off the
yeah, it's
power.
like we're shutting down your program. Like we're done. We gotta like poison these fish and eradicate them. And he like sneaks them out, and in the tank, he's like, "You're not gonna kill my babies," and like
Ugh,
crashes into the water. Yeah,
yeah.
that's probably a better way to start this movie than like some water reservoir pool thing.
Yeah, that, like, has the easiest switch, you just shut it off, and then it's like, "What are you doing? You just released a bird." It's like, "Really? That was the switch?" It's like, there's no cover.
I just love that they go swimming in that. It's like you don't even know what the hell that water is. Like,
Dude,
come
the
on, what are
guy
you thinking?
the guy says, he's like, "I think this is a sewer treatment facility," and that, like, probably could have been a sewer treatment facility, and
But
then the
then the
girl
girl takes her top off, and he's like, "Well, I don't care what's in this water." That's pretty much it. I also like how they say, scientists people, they go like, "Those are piranhas." I call it a piranha. People are like, "They're called piranhas," or whatever. How do they say it? It's like very scientific. It's
isn't it just
funny.
piranha? It's like how people say, Neanderthal. I'm like, "Is it Neanderthal or Neanderthal?"
Yeah, but they say it like, "Oh, these piranhas. You gotta watch out for
Yeah.
all these piranhas." It's like piranhas. What the hell? It's not what I call them.
Sounds like food. Also, where in Texas is this? Because they're like, "They're gonna escape into the ocean." Most
They do, right? I'm like, where in Texas? Right, that has to be like
I mean, Texas is on the ocean, it's on the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, Houston's not
well,
too
that's where they go.
far.
They go into the Gulf, so that means they can go if they're saltwater and freshwater tolerant, they can go anywhere into like the East Coast pretty much. So I think that's
Oh
the idea.
god, it's so ridiculous. Yeah,
It's
so it's
so
like
stupid. They can
and
go in
they
the Mississippi. They can go in like, oh god.
yeah, and then I love when they show the map and they're like, "These piranha are smart, like, they can go around the bend here, like, they're never gonna be able to trap them." It's like, "These are stupid fish." Like, why
I just like the ending when it's like there's nothing left to fear, and then just the movie just ends with like an ocean shot. It's like dark and ominous tones, like doo 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 doo
Alright,
doo 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 doo
do you wanna talk about
doo.
the ending now? Because that is like, I was my jaw was just on the floor the whole time. I was like, "This is insane, dude." So, basically, they're like, "Hey, we gotta go into this flooded facility and turn this thing, which is gonna pollute and kill all the fish." There's some smelting facility. So the woman's like, "Okay, cool. Like, listen, if you're under there for too long, I'll pull you out after 100 seconds." And the guy's like, "Yeah, 100 seconds? That's as long as I can hold my breath." He then goes underwater for, like, 5 minutes. It's not
Yeah,
100
that
seconds.
was like 400 seconds.
He
Like,
is swimming underwater, opening doors, like, no air at all, with there's a rope tied around him. He then gets to the thing he needs to get to, and it doesn't budge. He's like, "Oh, it doesn't work. Shit." And at that point, the piranhas get there and start ripping his flesh apart. Like,
destroying him underwater too, where he's like probably trying to breathe and like fight
well,
him.
worse than, like, almost anybody else has gotten bitten. He's getting bit on the face, his legs, his arms, and then as he's getting bitten, as he can barely breathe, he's like, "Okay, now I'll turn the broken wheel." And he actually does it. It unleashes the smelting gold, and then the woman drags his body through the building he's in on the
I know
rope.
that could have gone wrong 20 times over.
He smashes through a window underwater and is getting dragged by a speeding boat after probably being unconscious from lack of air, being chewed to shit by piranhas,
And
and then
meanwhile, the girl on the boat's like 203 Mississippi,
yeah,
204. Like it's like, come on, what
yeah,
is this
dude.
movie? What is
Like,
this movie?
why didn't he think the piranha would be just right there, right when he jumped in the water? What did he there wasn't, like, a thing in this movie where it's like, "Hey, wait, if we use this, like, sonar thing, we can keep him away from us." Like, they don't have any protection.
Or
S
like a suit at least, like some like
Nothing.
chainmail. Like
He's
I
like,
should
"I got"
really get some armor of some kind.
he's like, "I got my plaid on. I'm good to go. I got my flannel." Like,
This guy is such like a man's man. He's like, I can only hold my breath for 100 seconds. After 105, just go on without me. Like, oh god, like it's
Yeah.
so corny.
That reminded me of remember in Eastbound and Down when Jason Sudeikis is watching that movie and he, like, jumps out of a window and he's like, "This movie's awesome." And he's like, "You know why?" He's like, "Pills."
Pills, yeah, dude.
That
And
movie the movie he's watching reminded me of this, where I'm like, I
like
feel
it's
like
just like a terrible movie. It's like, this movie's awful. Like,
yeah. I was like, who thought this ending was, like, in any way possibly believable or, like, acceptable, basically?
yeah, it's for like 13-year-olds back in the 70s too. Like they have like a ton of like quick flash scenes where it's like, pause the VHS player, pause it, like.
Oh, because like, the boobs underwater, you mean, or
Or no, like when she's like trying to distract that like security guard.
oh, yeah.
and then
Oh,
she
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
flashes him, and at the beginning she like flashes him, and like there's a bunch of like quick flash scenes. It's like, okay, what is this? Like,
Yeah. No, it was
see,
well,
see,
'cause
see, Jaws doesn't have that. We have this. Like, it's like, okay, Piranha, like you have like, okay, good for you. Like,
I think the thing is, like, I'm assuming this was rated R. It had to be, probably.
in this, and yeah, well, if they have full frontal nudity, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because in the beginning, she, like, takes off her underwear too. You're like, "Wow, they didn't even they didn't even try to fix that."
Jeez,
VR, yeah.
it's G.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, no, no. What's it? It's gotta be
It's G. G. Louise, the '70s were a different time.
no, it is.
My okay, 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 okay. My favorite part of this movie is the swimming. Like, all right, everyone get their water badges, and these
Yeah.
kids are all like fed to get eaten by piranhas. But before, it's
Ooh,
like, all right, kids, line up, and he has like a real pistol,
I
and he
know.
shoots. Like, imagine being a camp like kid. Like, you don't need a gun to just go. Like, hey, kids, ready, set, go. Instead, he's like, "All right, kids, get line up." And he's all kids like 6 and 7 and 8. And he's like, "All right, and for your water badges, go!" And he just fires this huge gun in the air. It's like, what is this? That was my favorite part. Like the gun was so unnecessary.
I thought the same thing when I was watching it, but I wonder if in Texas in 1978 that would have been weird. I don't think that would have been weird.
I think like it's just like an excuse to fire a gun.
Maybe.
Like
He could have used a whistle. He could have just yelled.
it's more fun to use a gun. Like, hey, kids, line up. And these kids probably get so shell shocked, scared when he fires a gun for his swimming, like just to like show the counselors you can swim to the dock and back. Oh god! And half these kids are in inner tubes; they're not even swimming.
No, yeah,
But
like 2 feet in, and all those kids that's the thing, the kids get brutally murdered in this movie, like,
yeah, it's messed
young
up. It's messed up.
yeah,
They
so I
show a
will
bunch of campers just getting pecked apart by piranhas, and that's dark.
well, a way they could have marketed this to separate it from Jaws, be like, "It's rated R, Jaws is PG,"
I'm sure that's how they marketed it.
and
I'm
then
sure.
they're also like, "There's also, like, boobs and kids getting killed." Like, Jaws only has 1 kid get killed, we have, like, 45. Like, they're probably, like, trying to one up Jaws a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
I
nearly as effective, though.
there's so many like I mean not great scenes, but like when that kid like gets saved by his dad and like his dad is his last like dying thing he does is like get his son and like pushes him to the raft. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And he just like gets eaten and then like they pull the dad back on the raft and he's dead. But then they start getting attacked and they throw his body back in. Like his dad just saved him
Yeah.
and his dad's dead, but the body's on the raft. And then they throw the body back in as bait to just distract the piranhas. And he's just like, what does he say? He's like, they got my daddy. They're getting my daddy. It's like, dude, that is a dark scene. If you think about that, like,
Yeah, well, no,
oh,
he just saw his dad get eaten, and then the scientist guy's there, so he keeps saying, "No, that's how they got my daddy, that's how they ate my daddy." So he's watching that happen again, basically. But yeah, dude, that whole scene when they're on that raft, it's like, how many logs were on that raft where the piranha are chewing the twine or whatever, like ripping it apart or
I
whatever?
just love that they're going like, hey, we're piranhas. We keep things very tight and organized. We're gonna go from the outside in. It's just going like it's like you would think they would just go through the middle.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, and then I love too how it's like the piranhas are smart enough to know how to chew the twine apart to break their raft, but then when the kids get into, like, the inflatable tubes, they're just like, "Oh,
they
no!"
don't know how to pop the tubes. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I don't know, it reminded me a little bit of Anaconda in the beginning where it's like you've got I mean, not Anaconda. Yeah, wait, what did we watch? Oh, no, no, Lake Placid, where, was it Bridget Fonda comes to, like she's like, "I need a new hot story," or whatever, and she goes and finds, like, some local guy that shows her around, basically. That's kind of a little bit what it's like.
Yeah, no, it is.
But and this is I never thought I'd say these words. I prefer Lake Placid to this. I never
I
thought
do
I'd say
too.
this.
I mean, I do too. I didn't hate this movie. I thought
No,
it's good for 78 or 70. What is it? 78?
it's 78, yeah.
78. Yeah, dude, come on. This is as good as it gets for like a movie that on this kind of budget. But I also like the camper girls are all saying like boys are made of greasy, grimy gopher guts,
Yeah,
mutilated monkey feet, little dirty birdie feet. It's like, oh, come on, man. That's not nice.
yeah. You never heard that?
I have. It just made me laugh. It's like, oh, blast from the
Yeah.
past. That was all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is like a nice little '70s time capsule, I guess. Dude, oh, one thing I'm remembering. That dude water skiing, that dude was good at water skiing.
Yeah,
Holy
he really was.
shit. I was
He's
watching, I
not.
was like, "Yo." I mean, we've been tubing, dude. You get
Oh
messed
yeah,
up
your
just on a tube.
shoulders. Say goodnight. Yeah.
Dude, that guy was going crazy, but that was such a waste opportunity. I felt like he could have, like, gone under, then all of a sudden just his arms could have been on the thing or something like that. That was he just crashed.
Yeah, they didn't do a lot of that where, like, they'd pull, like, the half the mutilated body out of the water, you know what I mean? They didn't
Yeah.
really do a lot of that, which, like, Lake Placid nailed.
Yeah, there's a couple of things where I was like, "Damn it, they could have done more with this."
Yeah, and this movie's just, like, the foreshadowing movie of the century. It's like, "This is a raft we built, like, we've never been on it, but, like, we're going to be. Also, did I mention my daughter is scared of the water?" It's like, "Okay, I wonder what's gonna happen to your
Man,
daughter." It's like, ugh, like, the foreshadowing is strong in this movie.
I wanna understand, so, like, in the beginning, he's just like a hermit alcoholic basically because what,
Yeah.
his wife left him, so he just gets drunk by himself all day, every day?
Yeah, and he, like, comes over to this dude's house. He's like, "I got 3 different types of booze for you. What do you wanna go with?" He's like, "I got tequila, I got gin, I got rum." And then, like, it cuts to that guy, like, talking to the dog, which another great scene. The dog Brandy, who we fall in love with, and the drunk guy just like, "You're not listening to me." And the dog's like, "It's a dog. He's not listening to you." He's like, "You just this is the best part of this story." Like, I just love that scene, dude. It's so good.
It does a good job, a different job of Jaws of kind of feeling like Eight-Legged Freaks or that movie Bats or, like, where the town is affected. Yeah,
Okay. Is this movie better than The Happening with Mark Wahlberg?
yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Like, that's when I, like, say, like, bad movie, but, like, good special effects and stuff, or, like, this movie still has some fun to it.
This is a perfect movie to be remade. It's like the premise is there, but it just wasn't executed that great. Where The Happening is just like, yeah, it's just such a weird movie, doesn't really
W
make sense, but,
when did Sharknado come out?
I'm gonna
Because
guess 2010, I'm gonna guess. Yeah.
Sharknado was a TV movie in 2013.
Oh,
Piranha came out
2010.
in 2010, so that one I thought maybe Sharknado was the reason why, like, we gotta make these shitty B movies again,
Ah, see, no,
but
dude, I'm telling you, man, you would have loved Piranha 3D. I really think you would have liked that one.
yeah, I
Well,
mean, if we can find a way to watch it eventually, I'll watch it, but
yeah, dude, just listen to the cast. Elizabeth Shue from Back to the Future, Ving Rhames, Adam Scott, Christopher Lloyd,
Christopher
Richard
Lloyd's
Dreyfuss.
in this movie?
Yep, yep.
Next summer, dude. First spin. We're making it happen. First spin.
Yeah,
We're kicking off summer. Piranha 3D. It's got a 5.4. This movie has a 5.9, but that's
there you
probably
go.
because it gets a little age grace right there.
Yeah, man, I've
Um,
noticed that, like, older movies, they always have good review not good, but at least, like, if it's a
a little like, it's
really
old. Like
yeah.
that's kind of like what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, people look through it, like, with rose-colored glasses where they're like, "You know what? It was pretty fucking terrible. Let's give it, like, a 60." Where now it's like if a movie is
Bing
bad, they're like, "It
Rames.
gets -4 on Rotten Tomatoes."
Piranha 2. That's James Cameron.
I know. I kinda wanna see that one because I wanna see if James Cameron back then already had that sequel kinda, like, draw to him like he had with Aliens and Terminator and stuff.
And this one came out about 3 or 4 years later. I mean,
It
I
has horrific reviews, actually.
that this one has a 3.7, which is like
Yeah.
that's not good.
But Lance
But,
Hendrickson's in it, our boy from Pumpkinhead.
oh, that Pumpkinhead. You know, we love
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead.
And this is, it's called Piranha 2: The Spawning. It started as a vacation. That's the
The
that's the
sunken
text.
U.S. supply ship, focus of the series of piranha attacks. Hotel manager refuses to call off the annual fish fry on the beach. Oh my god. Okay. That's gonna be a doozy. Maybe that'll make the wheel. I don't know about Piranha 3 Double D.
Nah.
That's
Yeah.
that's definitely written by, like, someone's, like, son or something. David Hasselhoff is in this movie. Who else is in this? Oh my Ving Rhames is in this too again.
Wait, he's
So,
in Oh, 3 Double D?
he's in Double D.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
Packer from The Office is in this movie. Oh my god. Christopher
there's
Lloyd's in
gotta
this one too, I guess. I don't know. Gary
there's
Busey? Jeez Louise, dude.
I mean,
I
it
can't.
sounds like
I mean,
when Sharknado came out and this, like, there was a resurgence of just garbage, that people were like, "Ah, I love this crap."
and 3 Double D came out in 2012, so I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I'm down to just give it a dabble. If it makes the
Hey,
wheel, I mean, the wheel has to decide what's on it, but then we'll
well,
watch it.
I'm sure there'll be a huge thing for the 10th anniversary of that next year, so, we should probably set some time aside, get the
Uh,
4K Ultra DVD of it.
oh, dude, there's a movie called Piranhaconda. It's a
Oh,
piranha anaconda hybrid creature that hunts down a scientist who stole their egg.
see,
Ooh, doo
that's
doo
the thing, like,
doo.
if we're gonna go crazy, just go full blown crazy. Like, this movie wanted to stay in reality a little bit, like,
What?
they did. Piranha, the movie we just watched?
No, I'm just like looking up stuff. Sorry, my mind's getting blown right now. I'm like Michael Madsen's in like I don't even dude. Love it. I love it. I love it. I gotta find more time, dude, to watch these movies. I just don't have time. Just don't have time.
I
I would
mean,
love to watch Piranha Conda right now. I don't have time. I don't.
I don't know if I've ever met anybody that's, like, been like, "You haven't seen Piranha? Like, oh, there's a whole series of them, they're so good." The only thing I've ever heard about it is that James Cameron directed the sequel. That's all I've, like, really ever known, and then it's a Jaws ripoff. That's really it. I don't know, I didn't really recognize any of the actors in it except for the guy from Gremlins, and even the lead dude, I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
The lead woman is one of the Von Trapp sisters in Sound of Music. That's her big movie. I
Oh.
forgot who she plays, like Louisa or something.
Yeah, 'cause I
Yeah, she
thought
plays Louisa in Sound of Music. I mean, you've gone from Sound of Music to Piranha. It's like, ugh.
oh, man, she's dead, she died, damn,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
she was young. She's only 68, 60, yeah, 68. Jeez. She's
yeah.
Canadian.
Even, but the lead dude, I didn't think he was as old as he was in this movie. He was 48 when he did this. I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah, he reminded me of the main character from Amityville Horror a little bit,
Yeah,
like the burly man wearing plaid and definitely
Josh
chops firewood and
or James
yeah.
Brolin, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dude, that's, like, the look I was going for in the beginning of COVID. I was like, this
Your hair was so long, dude. Your hair was
dude,
so long.
I was just like, "I've given up." I'm like, "My beard is long, my hair is long." I've worn the same flannel for 5 days in a row. Like, I gave up. I was, like, looking for wood to chop. I was just like, "Dude, just"
Yeah, dude, those were different times. Like
yeah.
the 4 months everyone went 5 months without getting a haircut or like going to the dentist. It was just like I don't feel good. Like
Yeah.
uh
I mean, overall, would you watch this one again?
not tonight.
No, no, not tonight. In general, like
I mean, yeah, dude, if we're ever like drunk at like 4 a.m., yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like when else could you watch this movie? It has to be late night. You can't just like waste your day watching this movie, which is
no,
kind of
it's
what I did.
like Jaws is kind of like a 4th of July movie. Like I could watch Jaws any time of year,
Oh
day
yeah.
or night, like don't care. It's such a masterpiece. This movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch it again for at least 25 years, maybe. I don't know. I mean, when I'm in a nursing home someday, I'm like, oh, Piranha's on. Huh, I got time now.
What do you think? Because we just did Deep Blue Sea, we've done Lake Placid, we haven't done Jaws yet, which is crazy. We've done all these
We
other
should do
shitty
that
movies,
next wheel. We should do that next
but
summer for sure.
aside from Jaws and Jaws 2 and all the sequels, what's your favorite underwater creature kind of movie like this?
Underwater creek. I mean, Jaws is definitely the best, but
Not that one. Yeah, take that out. Take
I
that out.
mean, we have another one on the wheel that's really great, and it's a classic, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we could spin theoretically tonight.
Yeah, but that's different too. I'm talking more like Deep Blue Sea or Lake Placid or Anaconda or
I'm trying.
Piranha.
I'd have to think. I like Deep Blue Sea. I think that's a really decent shark movie, at least.
Yeah, it's underrated. Have you seen 47 Meters Down?
No, I haven't.
I was actually surprised for a shark movie how good that was. It's Mandy Moore and some other actress, and what it is they're like, hey, let's go shark diving in Mexico, like in the steel cage or whatever. But then it breaks off of the boat.
That's my
And
nightmare. That's everyone's
yeah,
nightmare.
and then they're like chumming the water to get great whites or whatever to follow them, so they can go check out sharks in this steel cage. But then the boat breaks and the steel cage drops 47 meters down to the bottom of the ocean.
So they're
And
stuck in the cage still, and there's sharks everywhere.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
f that, dude. No, I don't want to watch
Yeah.
that.
So that's a
Maybe
pretty
next year too, dude. That's a like a worst case scenario in
yeah.
life.
And dude, like they have a radio so that people are like, you can't leave because if you leave, you'll get the bends and like your brain will explode from the air, from the oxygen coming up too fast.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't go up too fast with the CO2 tank. Yeah,
dude, it's a pretty it's obviously it's no Jaws, but it's for
it
an
has a
underwater
like
movie.
Hitchcock feeling, like where they're in the cage, like it doesn't leave the cage. Really?
No, they leave the cage. I mean, I don't want to ruin too much of it,
All
but
right,
it's
all right. I'll shut up. I'll shut up. It
very
reminds me
tense.
of that, like, you know what else that other horror movie idea was like? There's that ski lift movie where you get stuck on a ski lift. That always freaked me out. Like, what do you do? Like, if no one's
Okay.
gonna rescue you, like, and it's freezing out.
I won't tell this story now because we're getting to the end, but next episode we have Justin on. Him and I will tell our ski lift story. We got stuck.
Oh, all right. Let's bring that up off the bat for
Yeah,
sure.
because we'll have him for Van Helsing or I don't know. But
Just
yeah, so
next time
next
we have him on, just like, hey, we wanted to bring this up. We're
yeah.
talking about it, like terrible situations to be put in, like Buried Alive, like the movie with Ryan Reynolds. That's another one that's great.
No.
Not to derail. We're focused on Piranha right now.
Let's wrap it up. I mean,
I
I
don't think
really
I have any. I have nothing else to talk about this movie except like
yeah.
So you know, different times, man. Different times in general. Like you don't go to camp and like see some guy fire a gun for a swimming badge race. It's not even a
Mhm.
race. It's just to see if kids can swim.
Anyways, what do you say you spin the wheel, Erik?
I love you, man. All right, here we go. I can't believe it's already the end of summer. We only have a few spins left going into September. Here we go. Spinning. No shit. You're not going to believe me. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I just said that too.
I
That's
know.
out of control. That is send me
That's
to
fate.
Vegas.
Let me just, I don't know if we have a guest for that one. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull up the
I
schedule.
don't know. Maybe.
Zach Simpson.
Oh, classic. Zach.
Yes. So let me reach out to him. He has 2 kids and a house and lives in Washington. So he may not be able to come, but
Just moved, works very hard. It's like, okay, yeah, let me watch this. We got to give him a week in advance, full week. So.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you everybody for listening in. If you haven't already listened to Fresh Film Fridays episode 3, that just came out a couple days ago, so check that out. And we will see you all next week with Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Woo!